Hello, good morning. This morning I'm out in one of our new Renault Trafics. These are the Renault Trafic Red Edition by Renault Truck. Bit of a mouthful, but it does mean that it has some nice Renault Truck stickers on it. I get Renault Truck pops up with the sat nav, and they give snazzy red seat belts. I feel like I'm in a big boy car. Finally been listening to something that's of a decent size, and snazzy red seat belts, snazzy, super snazzy. Only the driver and the passenger get these. Inner passenger in the front seats don't get them, neither does the passengers in the other seats in the back. So only the driver and the outer passenger get these snazzy red seat belts. They are quite cool. In terms of the vehicle itself, first impression, hello, 2016 called. They brought my Vivaro back from the dead. For those that don't know me, I dailied a long wheelbase Vivaro back in the day and absolutely loved it. Put some moon miles on that. I think I had 350,000 miles on it at one point. Mysteriously checking the current MOT history, it doesn't have 350,000 miles, much less than that. So magic, or some unscrupulous type has decided to weigh the miles well. So that bodes well for this, because it is Renault. You are incredibly lazy. Other than the sat nav screen, which is now bigger and looks like it's been tacked on with a Fisher Price tablet stuck on the dash. It's exactly, and some new clocks, dash clocks. It looks exactly like the bloody Vivaro I had 8 years ago. Yeah, some new trim. It's very plasticky. It does have I'm not quite sure what finish it's supposed to be. It's not carbon fibre, it's not brushed aluminium. It's actually not that bad. It doesn't look, but it's not offensive anyway. It looks absolutely fine in my opinion. It is very plasticky. It doesn't have the usual Germanic type group soft touch plastics. There's no squidginess to the dash. Everything it feels utilitarian is probably a good way of putting it. It feels like it will last. Now I know from experience that that's a lie, because the floors do not last. As soon as you get somebody in these with heels on, the floors get punctured. So they've still not managed to fix that. It's still the same crappy flooring that they had 8 years ago. So no, Renault, you're not off to a good start here. Again, this is a manual model. We have manuals because they were available. Automatics weren't available, so we got manuals because we wanted them to suit. Start the summer season, we needed some 8-seaters on fleet, so that's what we got. We could have probably waited and got automatics, but A, they were more expensive, and B, they were not available, hence we got manuals. Gearbox is absolutely fine. It does everything a gearbox does. It changes gear. It doesn't feel sloshy or anything like that. I mean, I have been absolutely spoilt with automatics recently. I've not driven a manual for quite a long time. Jump back into this with no drama, no issue. It changes lovely. It's absolutely fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that gear change. I mean, it's not quite Honda Civic, engineered to an nth of a degree, yada yada yada, but it is a solid gear change. I mean, obviously your mileage may vary once it gets some wear in it. Linkages start wearing, bushes start wearing, but jumping into this new one, it's got 2,000 miles on it now. It drives lovely. I mean, this is a 2-litre diesel, 150 horsepower. They do a slightly more powerful 170 model for both the manual and automatic. I think the automatic only comes in 170. It pulls impressively well for the size of it. Absolutely fine. It has enough torque, it has enough power to do exactly what you want. It's not, you certainly wouldn't say it's underpowered. I mean, obviously I'm coming from this compared to 140 horsepower Vito, it is every bit as punchy, absolutely fine. It does exactly what we need as a company. It will take 8 passengers, you can throw some suitcases in the back, and it will pull quite well. It's certainly a big improvement over the old 1.6 bi-turbo. Even the bi-turbo, I mean, I know they did the single turbo ones, but compared to the bi-turbo 136 they were, this is actually, it feels a much more responsive engine. It's torquey, it has low down torque, pulls well from low revs, absolutely fine. Whilst I would personally like a V6 diesel in pretty much anything, Audi, if you're watching this, I would love a long-term demo of an S4 Avant for taxi duties. Feel free to send me one. I will quite happily put lots of miles on it, break it and tell you what's wrong with it. In exchange, you can let me drive it and be sitting there all in heaven. That is an absolutely gorgeous engine, a 3 litre V6 hybrid. I don't know why you don't offer the current S4 for sale at the moment. Not that I can afford one anyway. Especially because they're still doing the S6. But no, this, for what it is perfectly acceptable. It will do speed to a point. It will break the speed limit. Anywhere you want to go in the UK, it will quite happily break the speed limit. Quite a bit if you need it to. But no, it is perfectly acceptable. Pulls well. It can be a bit sluggish at low revs, but again, I've got this magic stick here that changes gear. So obviously I've not driven an automatic version. I don't know what Autobots are using at the moment, but I can't imagine it's going to be any worse. I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, a van. This particular one is the red edition. It has snazzy seat belts. They're quite snazzy. It has some features such as wireless CarPlay. Wireless Audi, take note, wireless CarPlay. Do not, Skoda as well, you're guilty of this as well in the previous Superbs on the lower spec ones, not giving us wireless CarPlay. I mean, how much more can it cost you to go from wired CarPlay to wireless CarPlay? It cannot be a massive cost. Not when you're spunking 40 grand in a car or more. In my other half's case, you know, to get wired body CarPlay, I mean, honest to goodness, I mean, it is a travesty and a pain in the backside, because A, you find you have to plug it in, you've got to run cables everywhere, and B, the cables always fall out or don't make a perfect connection, and you're just twaddling down the road, listening to the Spice Girls, singing away to yourself. Sorry if you've ever heard me do that, be driving past the windows open, you hear me rattling out Wannabe. I apologise profusely, but, and all of a sudden it's just, I have lost my backing vocals. But this has wired CarPlay. The screen, again, it looks like some sort of Fisher Price tablet from about 10 years ago. It is god awful resolution. They've got this huge bezel all the way around. I don't know why you need that. I mean, surely to goodness you could have spent like an extra £3 on the screen and got a slightly better resolution screen, slightly bigger screen. I believe there's a, I don't know what you've said that one is, like 10 inch, but the resolution quality looks absolutely god awful. And I don't see a reason why you couldn't put a bigger screen there. The housing's massive, it is just literally tacked on. You've also been watching Mercedes too much. Obviously I know you collaborate quite close with them, but oh my flipping god, no, it looks badly done. It could have been done much more. Again, it doesn't look rather rugged. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's not falling off in a hurry. Yeah, okay, I can understand why, you know, builders, brickies, etc. get in, it's like, it works. Okay, it doesn't fall off. Okay, I'll give you that one, Renault. But the screen quality is garbage. I mean, you could have made bigger screen, better resolution. It would have cost you buttons. Especially when one of these is 50 grand. 50 grand for one of these. Jesus. I know car prices have crept up, but 50 flipping grand. List price. I mean, obviously nobody really plays list price again, but 50 freaking grand for a van with some seats in it. Jesus. But no, the infotainment system is usable. It has CarPlay. I mean, I've not even looked at the Renault stuff. I mean, I still don't understand why manufacturers insist on developing their own systems. Manufacturers give up. Just bloody give up. You cannot make good sat-navs, you cannot make good infotainment systems. You just suck at this as car manufacturers across the board. I have never found a car manufacturer that can offer me a system as good as CarPlay. We have some beardy types in the office that also insist Android Auto is quite good, but your mileage may vary on that also. But I am quite wedded to CarPlay, and any manufacturers, some of you are starting to do it now, decide that our system is far superior and we want to coin it in a subscription, so we're not going to let you have CarPlay in your car. You can write off, I am not buying anything for you. If I can't use CarPlay, I don't want it. You know, many years ago I used to look at how fast is it, what's the 0 to 60, what's the top speed. Nowadays it's how comfy are the seats, does it have CarPlay, does it have adaptive cruise control. This doesn't have adaptive cruise, by the way, I'll get into that in a minute. But those are the comfort things, those are the things that make my life, if I'm driving day in, day out, easy. Those are the things I want. I want CarPlay, adaptive cruise, and good headlights when I'm driving at night. Now, on to the rest of the interior. It has knobs for the AC, actual working knobs, push setter buttons for things like the AC, things like that. They work, they actually work. I mean, this hiding things behind control screens, and no, don't do that. I want an actual physical knob. I can do it without even looking. I can feel 1, 2, 3. I don't want to take my eyes off those dials. Like, I can see exactly what I'm touching. Twist, heating, on, dusted. It is simplistic, and makes things so much safer. Same again, I've got actual buttons for the main controls, door locks, hazards, eco mode. Same, ever use that. Stop start, I can get whacked off, don't need that on. And my stability control. Again, all buttons, easy accessible, great. I mean, Renault, I'll give you credit on that. The controls are intuitive. There's nothing here that couldn't be used when wearing gloves. There's nothing no tactile, fancy haptic buttons. Volkswagen, everything works. Cruise control works, easy enough. I would like adaptive cruise. That, in my opinion, is one of the biggest safety features in modern cars, is adaptive cruise control. That prevents so many minor bumps, and I don't understand why adaptive cruise is not a mandatory feature. Same like daytime running lights in the rear. I mean, I've never quite understood that. You have daytime running lights in the front, so I've not stuck my lights on, but that is just a curse, because so many bloody people just see DRLs at the front. I've got lights on, it's dark, they don't think to check their lights, and you come down behind them and they've got the lights on. You think, why not? Why on earth are you not driving the lights on? But then you look down, really bright DRLs, and that's exactly why, because DRLs should work, the back lights as well, they should be on. I have a habit, I drive with my headlights on all the time, but I'm very weird that way, and I like to be seen and be safe, because I have as much trust in other road users as I would trust in a wet fart after a night in the dodgy kebab shop. So yeah, let's just say that I like to be visible, so headlights are always on, they just live in the on position. To me, that's a safety feature. But control wise in here, absolutely fine. There's nothing here I don't like. One thing I do absolutely adore is the range. You have a massive fuel tank in this, and I can go places. I can actually drive this to places, not have to stop like every 5 minutes to put fuel in it. It's great. I mean, we are in a niche market. I mean, we are unique in the way we operate. We don't just do local taxi work or private hire work. We go distance work. We go down south, we go England, we go all sorts of weird places. and I could quite happen be double shift a lot of vehicles as well sometimes, so I don't have downtime for charging, let alone piddly sized fuel tanks. The vehicle we had, that was terrible. I mean, 400-mile range on full tank. You're like, yeah, it was like, why? It's a commercial vehicle. Why would it not possible want to go more than 400 miles in a day without fueling up? I mean, this from empty, 700 plus miles if you drive like a sensible person. But even then, huge tank. I think this, off the top of my head, 80 litres. So it does exactly what you want. It can drive a distance without having to stop and fuel up. Basically, this will outlast my bladder, especially now I'm well the wrong side of 40, and I have to stop for a pee every couple of hours at best on a good day. It depends if I picked my coffee up the previous service stop, in which case it might be less than that. But no, Renault, this isn't actually a bad van. It's a bloody expensive van with seats. Couple of minor niggles in the interior. Again, fabric. I mean, you're selling a 9-seater minibus. Waterproof covers waterproof fabrics. I mean, I don't care if it's not real leather. I couldn't care less. Pleather would be absolutely fine, but given that you're carrying 8+ driver about, you're guaranteed at least you're going to one piddly one. So waterproof would be nice, because we're actually going to have to order a set of waterproof seat covers for ours, because it's a nightmare, especially in this sector. But that's just us unique. It may be families buying these, in which case probably piddly children, or piddly pensioners in the family, who knows. But yeah, leather would be nice, or leather, especially given you're now taking 50 bags from one of these, with a bit of trim on it. Lots of charging outlets. There's loads in the back there somewhere. A couple of USBs up there. I don't think they're the highest powered USBs in the world. Definitely not like big ampage. It would be nice to see USB-C in 2024, given that now every phone manufacturer on the planet almost is USB-C, given iPhones are now USB-C as well, and the new devices, it's at least one USB-C would be nice. But obviously USB-A to USB-C cable is not a hardship, but USB-C would be nicer to see. I've got 3 USB-As directly in front of me, 1 on the head unit itself, 2 on the dashboard. I've got a 12-volt socket there, so I'm not exactly short of potential charging points should I need them. Stereo is absolutely rubbish, but again, we're spoiled with the nice stuff from Skoda at the moment, with some nice stuff coming on our fleet at the moment, which has some really decent audio quality. But it's passable. I mean, see for what it is, absolutely fine. It does have the flip-up seat in the front here for under-seat storage, but if you'd boxed the front dimension, it'd have been so much better, because stuff just falls out. So it does kind of make the under-seat storage kind of pointless. Plastic box inlay for that would have been great. They can just sit in there, hold things that you put in it with them falling out under the front passenger's feet would be brilliant. It wouldn't be that expensive. A couple of quid a box. I mean, as I say, you're charging £50,000 for one of these. Surely to God you can spend a couple of quid and a few bits and bobs. Again, and this is something I do hark back to, is the floors. They're not fit for purpose. They don't last. That I speak from experience in that. Plastics are all generally really hard wearing. Again, speaking from experience, they do last. Some nice bright work, chrome handles. Again, they're actually quite nice. I like the door handles. They're really nice. They are really nice. I'm not going to open them dry, but they're really nice. Steering wheel. It's a steering wheel. It's nothing special. Anyone looking to design steering wheels, go speak to B&W. They do fantastic ones. This is plastic. It's not very nice to hold. It's flat topped rather than flat bottomed, which is weird. Maybe it's just French on upside down, I don't know, but it's got a definitely flat spot at the top there. It's uncomfortable in the hand after an hour or so driving. Steering wise, decent weight to it. There's no options for changing that. I don't know that far, but I don't think there is. It is, again, being van derived. Driving position is absolutely superb. Visibility good, big mirrors, interior mirror, if you want to use it, is there. Generally for us, we just fold them up, we don't use them on our minibuses because, well, generally you've got lots of heads in the way, you can't really see past them. But no, they do. It is a perfectly serviceable vehicle. I am going to do another video doing a walk around, showing some of the things I've talked about here, discussing some of the interior features, exterior features. In terms of exterior, you still tuck the fuel flap away behind the passenger door. That is just stupid. I don't understand why I need to open the passenger door to put fuel in it. That's the most stupid idea. I mean, pointless, absolutely pointless idea to do that. The lighting on this is superb. I mean, again, I don't know how it is for other road users, but all LED lighting. The headlights are bright, crisp. There are very good throw in them. Not quite as good as the Matrix LED on some of our Skodas. They are just lush. BMW, take note, your headlights are, unless I've never tried icon stuff. That's supposedly very good, but also a very expensive option. But your standard LED lights on your previous model G31, which we've got on fleet, are poor. But no, these are actually very good. Had this out in the dark last night, hours this morning. Headlights are absolutely fine, very bright, very good throw in them. Manual adjusting from within the cab as well, which is lovely. I can adjust the height from here. I've got two switches here to toggle them, parking lights and height adjustment on my lights, which is great. To have that manual adjustment still, especially modern LEDs. Most of them do auto adjusting, but to have manual adjustment when it suits is superb. Other than that, not much I can show you without going into another video, but I will come back to that in video 2, doing the walk around when I'm not driving. But driving impressions, it's not a reinvention because it's exactly the same as the old Vivaro Trafic of old. Some nicer new bits and pieces, some snazzy bits on top, but it's a continuation. And in fairness, it's evolved quite nicely. It's not a bad van, but there is a lot of things they could do better. Especially for £50,000. I know I keep harking back to that, but cars are expensive these days. I know cars are expensive, but it does feel a bit of a pea-take for a van with some seats. Now, I will follow this up with another video coming up shortly, but any questions, feel free to ask away.